reported that Marvel Studios is now actively looking to recast T'Challa, Black Panther, and supposedly the reports state that they are replacing him via the magic of the multiverse and perhaps not as T'Challa's son at the end of Black Panther 2 as we previously thought. But if I'll tell you this, first of all, what would you think about that? Like getting another Black Panther and another multiverse and bringing him into the overall MCU moving forward?
It sucks.
They're doing it with Wolverine to a degree. That's exactly what they did.
It sucks because like Chadwick is amazing.
And this is an extenuating circumstance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they were damned if they do, damned if they don't. In this situation for a long time.
This situation is just a shitty one because he legitimately he passed away and it's like fuck man, but he nailed that role. You know what I mean?
And it wasn't an easy one either.
No, it's a character that like not really people really know about, but he's like literally tied into some of the most prominent figures in Marvel, and it's like it sucks. Well, no, so I get the need to replace him and stuff, but whoever you get to do it, they got to nail it. That's all I know.
Well, and it's crazy to think like everybody wants to talk about how the MCU's had some struggles over the last few years in the multiverse saga after Endgame. You got to understand too, Captain Marvel didn't hit as well as they'd hoped. Some people will see how his new solo movie comes out in February. What's that?
Captain Marvel was a movie that sucked.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like it. Second movie didn't do very well at all. First movie did really well because it came out right before Endgame, so that was part of it. But a lot of people didn't like it.
Because the first Captain Marvel movie sucked, I didn't bother with the second one, and that's probably what happened. Nobody liked it.
Yeah.
The first one, and they're like, why should we bother with the second one when the first one was trash?
Yeah, fair enough. Not only that, we'll see how his movie in February does, but some people are not necessarily on board fully with Sam Wilson as Captain America yet. Maybe he'll win some people over, hopefully, because I think he's been doing a good job with that. But also, go ahead.
I'm just saying, I don't understand that part because I loved him in the Falcon Winter Soldier TV series. I thought him. Yeah. I thought him and Sebastian. What's his name?
Bucky.
Is that his name?
Yep.
Bucky. Fucking killed it. I loved that. We watched that whole like. It's hard to get ready to watch something, but from the first episode, they got active, and it was just nonstop from that point on.
I need to rewatch that.
It was good. It was so fucking good.
But between the Captain Marvel stuff, the Sam Wilson as Cap, a lot of replacing going on. The few constants they were going to have after Endgame was Doctor Strange, which luckily and thankfully they still have. But the other one was going to be Black Panther. And when this happened with Chadwick Boseman, there are now reports going out that supposedly, like at the end of the multiverse saga, like potentially against Doctor Doom or Kang or whatever, that Black Panther was going to be the one kind of in the Tony Stark role who was going to be the one potentially to be the one to finally put the final nail in the villain's coffin, as it were. And if that was the case, he was being set up to be the top tier echelon of the Marvel characters. And when Chadwick Boseman died, it really just put a big old a detour on those plans, as it were, completely obliterated them all together. So, they tried the whole thing of not recasting it to honor him, at least in Black Panther 2, but then Black Panther 2, like made $500 million, made $500 million less than Black Panther 1. So that right there hurts it because when you don't have your main actor in it. So now they're probably trying to say, well, we need to have somebody do it. And I'm just going to say this. The man who I would probably select as the next actor to play Black Panther if I'm the one doing it and casting is Aldous Hodge. This is the man who played Hawkman and Black Adam, if you remember that movie with The Rock.
Yeah.
But, I mean, even in that movie, he had the look and the aura of a superhero. He was a shining light in an otherwise kind of bad film, even though I'm not going to lie. I kind of liked Black Adam. It was kind of fun. But he just has the look of a potential Black Panther, in my opinion. Thoughts on potentially Aldous Hodge maybe taking over the role?
Yeah, but I think
it's going to be hard no matter who it is. He's got to live up to a Chadwick, and that's going to be hard.
Well, I think that would depend on if they're going to be using him in the DC world, because
that's true too.
I mean, if they're not going to use him, then yeah, I think he would work. But if they're going to use him in the DC world, then he probably can't do that because of maybe a conflict of interest. And I thought I heard at one point Marvel and DC had an agreement that they could not exchange characters unless that character wasn't, or that actor wasn't being used.
Yeah, maybe completely done or whatever. I mean, it doesn't seem like they cross over too much. I mean, they have obviously actors who've been in both universes, but not at the same time. So yeah, that's a good point, Aaron, for sure. Yeah, I don't know, because there's a lot of question right now about what James Gunn's doing, especially with in Black Adam, Amanda Waller's crew or the Justice Society that Aldous Hodge's Hawkman kind of was a leader of a little bit. That maybe they could actually work their way into the new DCU because James Gunn had a hand in the Amanda Waller stuff. So maybe he does continue on in DC. If that's the case, this would be out maybe. I mean, I wouldn't mind if you're doing both universes as long as you could, actually do the roles and film the movies, when the other movies are being filmed and stuff. It'd be kind of hard to do scheduling wise, I would think. But I'm just saying, just from that one picture I showed a second ago where he's wearing this African jacket and stuff, that just looks like Black Panther to me. But again, just because he looks the role doesn't mean he's the best for the role.
Again, whoever they get, it's one of those things, it's a tall order. It's the same way I guess we all felt about recasting somebody to play Iron Man.
Yes,
it's just
which will happen eventually.
It will, but it's man,
it's a tall
fucking order.
But at the same time, we've had multiple actors play Batman and Superman and different degrees of good and bad. Batman, a lot of people think Christian Bale's the best one. A lot of people think Michael Keaton was. Just depends on when you grew up. So it just depends on what they do and if they make it their own.
Yeah.
It might have to be kind of like, the genies, how Robin Williams was the genie. And then, they had Will Smith come in to be genie, but Will Smith admittedly said that I am not Robin Williams. I'm going to be the genie, but I'm going to be my genie.
Yeah.
And I thought it worked.
That might
be.
I
thought he killed it.
I mean, yeah, because the movie was really good. I think Will Smith added, just a different taste of what Genie could be, and I think it worked out. So I honestly think that's how they will have to approach this Black Panther. Is it will have to be whoever steps into the role, that's their Black Panther. However, that's going to be.
I mean, Aladdin did so well with Will Smith. They're actually getting a original story sequel. So they are going to be writing another Aladdin movie, potentially with Will Smith returning as the genie. So, that is definitely coming down the line. But yeah, I agree with you on all counts when it comes to the MCU and Black Panther, for sure. Thank you for checking out this clip of the Dragon's Den podcast. If you like what you saw here, please consider checking out our live podcast almost every single Friday night here on the channel at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And until our next video, guys, take care and God bless.